Alright, here's a Mainstays Hugger ceiling fan in 42 inches in multicolor or rainbow finish, whatever you want to call it, that I got a while back in November of 2016 from Vincent Del Pizzo. Got it because these are child fans. I meant to get one. I could have had it I actually could have got one of these instead of the Hometrends rainbow fan, but I liked the Hometrends a little bit more because that's what I saw on display at the Walmart that I got it at. Which I've been to. I have been there, done a video of the fan that's there. There was like what a Walmart fan's like a four-bladed white thingy. That's like over the photo area, but yeah. They didn't have this on display there. However, there was another Walmart, and that's next to the flea market that I did a video of many years. That has a ton of fans. I did a video of close to about 4 years ago now. I had those Dayton fans, those cast ones. And there was like two safer made Air Masters, and there was also like a ton of Moscovian Breeze fans, and they had the three other safer made Air Masters, although one of them in the back was working, and then there's two other ones that don't seem to be working anymore. They had the three 48-inch Neutron Pro lines in brown, although one of them had like the top part of it, like the donut and the canopy was painted in white. They had like a Palm Air G vent thingy in the office, and there was two Hansel Bay Farmingtons. That next to that flea market is a Walmart there, and they actually had one of these on display, and they had the antique glass version of this on display as well. My grandmother had a wet one of these until I broke the blade arm on it, and she replaced it with a Hansel Bay Clarkston. But although the switch housing on hers was a little bit different. In fact, hers looked more like the side of like the switch housing and the motor housing was more like more similar to the Hometrends rainbow fan that I have. Like, it didn't look as puny as this one is. And this fan, as much as I like it, it's a very cheap fan. It's literally just a rainbow Littleton sold at Walmart. But that's this is where I got the idea to paint the rainbow Littleton I got from Brandon last year. Rainbow, that's the one that I did a video of last year. So now I have the actual version, so yeah, I'm definitely keeping this one. The rainbow one I might sell, but I know the money I put into it to painting, I'm definitely not going to get back, so who knows. I might find someone who would like to use it close by, so yeah. But this fan is from 2002. I think it's from March of 2002, but I'm not sure. It has some bearing noise to it, which is not surprising since it's a sorry, I'm a Walmart fan. But the finish on this one's not exactly the same like the Hometrends. It's kind of like matte white finish, but rainbow. It's not like polished like the rainbow, like the Hometrends one is. But so I could have actually had one of these in my bedroom in the Dominican Republic instead of the Hometrends. And I'm kind of glad I didn't pick one of these because this one, honestly, after just testing the Hometrends recently, the Hometrends doesn't seem as flimsy. Like, it's a Hometrends fan, but it seems like a much more solid fan compared to this one, and it moves more air. So yeah, like little 6-weighted fans usually do better than these cheap 42-inch fans from what I noticed. So yeah, I got the Globe today from Brandon C. Johnson, which is basically the main reason why I haven't done a video of this fan, since I actually got this like right after I came back from Fanimation in 2016 in the fall, so like around November. I just did not want to show I just didn't want to like review it to you guys until I got a Globe for it. If I showed it to you back in November, I didn't want to make you guys wait so much for it, since I know it's like a fan that a lot of people are probably gonna like to see and such. So so I got the Globe today with. I bought it from him for like $5, and me and him picked up another fan, which I'll be reviewing after this, or maybe tomorrow, which is a very nice one. So you guys will find out tomorrow. I already posted it on the Facebook group. If you guys already know what it is, don't spoil it in the comments. So yeah. I got this one from Vincent. He does have a channel. I'm not sure if he has videos. I gotta look that up, but I will post his channel in the description below. From as far as I know, there's not a single video of these fans like complete and operating. I noticed And the only two I've seen is like there's like one of them burnt out and someone was trying to sell all the parts for it. This is like a few years ago, and then there's another one who had one of these like in their grandmother's house originally, but the fan burnt out, so they just replaced it with a different motor, but they still use like the blades from it and such. But they unfortunately had to leave it behind. So I'm from what I know, this actually might be the only video of this fan and this finish on YouTube that's complete, and somebody's actually testing it. So yeah, for the close. The blade arms were very bent when I got it. The other one, like it's straight now. It was bent like sideways a bit. Same thing with the blue one. The blue one was actually in worse shape. But I didn't do it when I attached them to the motor and I straightened them out since since it was being held down by the motor. So I did, and the blades were very out of clock too. They were just as bad as the Hampton Bay St. Clair fan I got from Mark Wilson. They were that bad. Even though I got the blade alignment on this fan in very good shape compared to how it was. In fact, almost perfect from what I can tell. Yeah, the other one's still a tiny bit out of clock, but yeah, it's a lot better than how it was before. It was very out of clock. I'm not trying to mess with it too much because these blade arms are pretty flimsy, so I don't want them snapping on me. But yeah. In the way I have the blades, like the order of the coloration I have on the blades is exactly how you'd see it on the box, and that's usually what I try to do with rainbow fans. So the two bright colors are there, and like the two darker ones were like this. So yeah. The globe barely fits on here, and that's only because the light bulb's is a little bit too big for it. You can kind of see that the globe's not entirely like inside of it. But it's only for testing purposes, so it's alright like that. So let me go ahead and show the light. It's a nice fan. I kind of wish that they still made like a newer version in this finish. I feel like that'd be, but from what I noticed, I guess rainbow fans are not like really in style anymore. Like the kid fans, I guess like people they're not that. They used to be very popular back in when the 90s and early 2000s. But I guess people just aren't into rainbow fans anymore like they used to be. So I guess that's why they stopped doing it. But, yeah. It's almost 8 minutes in the video. I apologize. So let me go ahead and start the fan off on low. But too much shape on this side. I'm trying to get in place with this so I can change the speeds. I fixed the globe a bit. So yeah, here's low. And I will be posting like in the slide in the description, like if you want to skip to a speed, because since I am starting off a bit late. But yeah, the fan should realign it how it should be. There we go. It has a bit of a hum, and it does have some bearing noise to it. Bearings are a tiny bit stiff. And I'm not surprised because this fan's from Walmart, so obviously it's gonna have. After all these years, it's probably going to have some bearing noise to it. Despite this fan being a very cheaply made fan, I am feeling some air from it on no speed. This is basically just as flimsy as a Littleton, but not as flimsy, just a tiny bit better. I mean, the newer ones are horrible now, but back then the 90s ones were pretty good. There's actually a 90s Hampton Bay Littleton that's on its way at my local Home Depot, which I want to get pretty badly, but I know I'll find one for myself one of these days. But, yeah. Now, despite the blade arms being in very good shape now, this fan still has tiny bit of a wobble to it. But then again, a lot of Hugger fans, even if the blade alignment's in very good shape, they kind of do that either way. And that's mostly because they're being floor tested. Actually, I'm kind of glad I didn't get this as a kid for the Dominican Republic. I feel like this would have been noisier compared to the other one. Also, I feel like the blades will start drooping over time, since when we weren't there, the rainbow Hometrends never really got used much. So I feel like this would have got messed up down there and such if I got one of these. Since small blades, they don't really warp that much, especially with the climate and everything. So, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the light. Another thing is it's kind of hard to like get. I try to use very little tape on it, but this is switch housing on this fan is so small compared to like other fans of this size. So yeah. I'll tighten the glow up when I shut it off and move it up to medium. But it just does not get a good grip on it because the light bulb's kind of preventing it from going. Like fitting in there and such, but this is also the smallest light bulb I have that'll fit. That's like a standard size. I feel like on standard what am I saying? That'll actually fit on the standard size socket on this fan. So yeah. Okay, let me shut off the light. Shut off the fan. Tighten up on the screws a little bit. Alright, let me go ahead and move it up to medium. Sorry it's a bit long, like I'm more like 11 minutes on just on medium. It's just, I figured I'd just talk about the fan before I test it, because if I talk about the fan while I'm testing it, I'm more likely to lose track of the time. It still has a bit of a wobble to it, actually. I know on high it doesn't wobble as much from what I did test it before the video a few hours ago. But I mean, I am feeling some air from it over here. I definitely can say that it's definitely a bit more powerful than the Rainbow Littleton. Not that much, but it's definitely moves a bit more air. But it's still just as cheaply made, honestly. I mean, I know Vincent, from what he told me, he got this at a yard sale for like $10. Which isn't it's actually not a bad deal considering for what it is. Let's go ahead and shut off the light. Alright, let me go ahead and shut off the light. And let's go ahead and move the fan up to high. Further, I just tighten the screw a little bit more, just so it holds it in place somewhat. Alright. Here's high. It actually does go a bit faster than I expected it to be honest. And honestly, as cheap as this fan is, it does move some decent air. It actually moves a tiny bit more than I expected it to. Still, it's nothing really to like be surprised about, but just expect Littleton air movement from this fan, but just a tiny bit better. But it does go fast at least, so that's a good thing, I guess. But still a pretty cool fan in my opinion. So I mean, what I'd like to find is like those rainbow fans that the Hunter Cool Breeze or like the cool thingy. They're like pretty hard to find, sort of like in the 90s. But I mean, it really well was on high speed, so that's something which I'm glad it doesn't, especially with the globe being a bit loose. Go to the air movement, which it's kind of hard to feel like you might not be able to hear too much on camera. Underneath you might hear more. It's strange because I was just feeling like air move from above not too long ago. I'm guessing it's one of those fans. Yeah. It's moving a tiny bit on its own, which does not surprise me. As Hugger fans tend to do that when I foretest them. But it's really, for what it is, it does move decent air. I'll just say that much. But it's not really. It's definitely not the greatest air mover. I mean, Hometrends honestly moves a lot more air than this, to be honest. But if you find one, I mean, if you want one, get it. It is cool. It is kind of cool, in my opinion. Okay, let me shut it off. The light and the fan. Go ahead and do a spin down. Should be a bit of a quick spin down and such, but especially with the bearings being a tiny bit stiff. Fix the glove a bit. I just hate seeing it like that. Yeah, it's definitely a very cheap fan, but I mean, for a kid's room, I guess that would be alright, but I definitely would prefer to have something that's better. Like a Hunter Discovery, I tested that before. Definitely a good air mover without a doubt. Yep, quick spin down. Tiny bit longer than I expected, actually. Yeah, looking at it, I thought the blade arms. Well, actually, could be the pitch that's messed up on one of them, but. Alright, let me reverse it. Start off on no reverse. But yeah, that's the only thing I kind of hate. Like some fans, I foretest them, and I feel more air movement from like underneath it, not like as if it was like moving air as if it was on reverse, but it's really on forward. Some fans do that, unfortunately. I'm not sure why, but. Sounds even noisier on reverse, actually. That's strange. Never had that happen before. That's this much noisier on reverse. Yep, let me go ahead and shut off the light and move it to reverse medium. Oh, it's a watt noise on reverse. That's very strange. I'm feeling some on reverse. So. Yeah, I'm just gonna show up the white quick. I do not feel comfortable with it like that. Mostly because of the glass. Also, just I can end the video quick. What's going on now? Alright. I think it's wobbling too much on medium. Turn off the white. Now for high reverse. So I'm going to say wobble a bit more on reverse. So, could be the case with this fan. Does actually a decent job on reverse, and nothing incredible to be honest. Yeah. Alright, maybe shut off the white and fan. So I can end this video. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.